Hello viewers, here is another example of logarithmic equations. I want to emphasize once again that in this case you will be given on the left hand side a log and on the right hand side a log, or in fact in this example on the left you have got more than one log, on the right you've got more than one log. Okay, those are called the logarithmic equations, so you will recognize them by having logs in your equation. Now, very important with logarithmic equations, your variable, your x, is in the log. And the law that we do apply is that I have a single log of m, which equals a single log of n, then I can conclude that m equals the same as n. And with this conclusion, I will then actually have a linear equation, sometimes a quadratic equation, but I will be able to solve them with my algebraic knowledge. So when we look at the following example, we've got log x minus 3 plus the log of x minus 2 equals 2 log x. Remember, our aim is to get the format log m with base a's equaling log n with base a's. We want a single log on the left and a single log on the right. And we will be doing it by applying the log laws. So number one, you must recognize the sum. Okay? And the sum we now know is the product law. So we're going to apply the product law to the left-hand side. So this becomes a single log of x minus 3 times x minus 2. All right, that is the product law. On the right hand side, we've got 2 log x, which you now should recognize as the power law of logs. Right, so we're going to apply the power log, which becomes log of x to the power of 2. Okay, and now we've got a single log, so this represents m, and we've got a single log, so this represents n, which means we can now follow and say that m equals n, meaning that x minus 3 times x minus 2 is the same as x squared. All right, we got rid of the logs, and if you look at what we have now, we actually got a simple linear equation. All right, now BODMAS, remember, BODMAS always counts, so you must first do the bracket. We will multiply out the bracket, first term times first, first times second, second times first, second times second. Okay, and when you work that out, it will give you x squared minus 5x plus 6 equals x squared. Now remember, we want to solve this equation, which means we want to find a value for x. Right, you should recognize this as quadratic trinomial. There is another square, so let's take it over to this side. Important, it is positive on the right hand side, so it will become negative on the left hand side. And x squared minus x squared gives me 0. So on the left hand side, I've got minus 5x plus 6 equals 0. Remember, I want to isolate x because I want to find the value of x, meaning I'm now going to simply do Goro is OO, as we in fact did in the previous step. Goro is OO. The 6 is positive here, it will become negative there. So negative 5x equals negative 6. Now again, we want to know what is x, therefore we're going to move the negative 5. Now really important, this is a multiplication between negative 5 times x. The 5 is not subtracted, it is just simply a negative value. All right, and on the right hand side, we will therefore divide, which is the opposite operation, by -5. And if we work that out, negative divided by negative is positive, people, and that will give me 6/5 or 1 1/5. Right, now important is to do our check. Remember, the check is a must. Right, so I will rewrite my original equation, which is log x minus 3 plus the log of x minus 2 equals 2 log x. Right, and we have found that x equals 6/5. Therefore, in the place of x, put 6/5. In the place of that x, put 6/5. And in the place of that x, put 6/5. Furthermore, you take down everything. Log, open bracket, then the x is replaced or substituted, minus 3, close bracket, plus, take down the log, open bracket, the x is actually substituted with 6/5, minus 2, close bracket, equals 2 log of 6/5. Now, if you put this left-hand side into your calculator, it will tell you that it is a math error. So that means you cannot take the log of a negative number. Okay, and on the right-hand side, it actually gives you an answer of 0.15836 and so forth. So this math error tells you that there is a negative log, which means that 6/5 is not a solution. All right, so let's go through the steps once again. We've got 2 logs on the left and we've got 1 log on the right. We aim at having 1 log on each side so that we can apply the law. So here we've got the sum, which means we are going to apply the product law. Here we've got 2 log x, which means it's the power law, so we're going to apply the power law. And once we've got a single log on the left and a single log on the right, both having the same base, which is 10 in this case, we can make the m equaling the n. So the 2 brackets multiplied equals the right-hand side, which is x squared. From here on end, we are going to do simple algebra. Okay, apply the BODMAS rule, which means we're multiplying out the brackets. Then we're going to move like terms, right? And then we have a single x left over. We want to solve for this. So once again, we're going to use Gr10, move over the -6, then divide by -5, which gives me x equals 6/5. Lastly, do your check, right? Substitute all x's with your answer. Then put all the whole of the left into your calculator. In this case, it gives you math error, which tells me that 6/5 is not a solution.